Quick question for you. How much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. Hello, I am author and freelance writer Zachary Fennell. Today, I've decided to talk about baseball, my favorite sport. Specifically, I'm going to talk about going out to a ball game. Please take this time to grab yourself some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. All settled? Good. Typically for me, once I settle into my chair at the ballpark, I'm set for the next 3+ hours. I'm not one to make trips to the concession stand because of my cerebral palsy, CP for short, a neurological disability. Trips to the concession stand are tricky for me because of balance issues. Most likely, the trip will involve going up or down stairs, which means more stairs on the return trip to my seat. With a hot dog in one hand and a beverage in another, I have no free hand to use the railing, assuming a rail is even present. I'll get more into that a little later. Admittedly, I could find a place to sit and eat my food before returning to my seat. But if I'm going to a baseball game, I want to watch the game. So instead, I take advantage of my able-bodied friends and recruit them for concession stand trips. They're geeing up anyways to grab themselves food too. It all works out. Now, to the railing talk. Stairs without a rail are difficult for me. I've come across 2 different situations at ballparks where I've encountered these difficulties. The first is the home of my beloved Cleveland Indians, Progressive Field. On a handful of occasions, I've sat in the lower reserves alongside left field or the third baseline. The stairs leading to these seats have no rails. Thankfully, the steps are long and flat, which gives me enough space to set myself and go up and down comfortably. The other situation happened the first Saturday of last September when I saw the Milwaukee Brewers play the Chicago Cubs in Chicago at Wrigley Field. I actually went to the game by myself. I was in the Windy City for Handicap This's performance at Home Bar that previous Thursday. I decided to extend my stay in Chi-Town and spend a couple of nights with my friend Trip. You may recall Trip from my teen memoir Off Balance, which is available on the Kindle, Nook, and iPad via the free Kindle app. Trip lives walking distance from Wrigley Field. This enabled me to get to Wrigley on my own, even though no one I knew in Chicago was available to go to the game with me. My seat was seat 107, row 7, section 536. Unlike Progressive Field, which opened in 1994, the century-old Wrigley Field doesn't have rails in their upper reserve seating. If I would have been with somebody, I would have asked for a hand to get up Wrigley's short, steep steps to my rightful seat. Instead, I managed to get up one step before deciding to take seat 107 of that row. I had the right section and seat number, just not the right row. It's like the one Meatloaf song goes, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But at first it was kind of bad because I was pretty nervous throughout the first 3 innings that rightful ticket owner of that seat would show up and make me move. Thankfully, that did not happen, and I got to enjoy a good game between the Brewers and Cubs. Those 2 experiences, like talking about Progressive Field and Wrigley, are just a couple of my experiences about going to the ballpark and having cerebral palsy. If you also have CP, I'm intrigued to hear about your experiences at the ballpark. Please do comment below. What stadiums have you been to? How did you find the stadiums accessibility-wise? I look forward to your feedback because every case of CP is different, and it'd just be so cool to get others' insights on the ballparks. For those of you who don't know much about CP, perhaps you'll take a look at my memoir Off Balance. Off Balance explores specifically how growing up with CP affected me socially through adolescence. Of course, I also have videos on my YouTube channel here that will help you learn more about CP. While taking a look at those, consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.